If you were looking for something interesting regarding Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, and some Russian bridge player, don't look at this story. I've been reading this all day. Well, not all day. And there's nothing there. I don't know what the story is. Supposedly, at its best, at some time back, Jeffrey Epstein may have threatened Bill Gates with revealing some affair he had with a 20-year-old Russian bridge player, which the last time I checked is legal. Unless there's some state or jurisdiction I don't know about. And none of this makes any sense. None of this makes any sense because the whole Jeffrey Epstein story doesn't make any sense. None of it does. Why anybody dealt with this guy, I'll never know. They talk about this 2008 conviction, and after 2008, everybody knew he was and he was trying his best to maybe turn his image around by getting Bill Gates to work with him and J.P. Morgan. And can we just cut to the chase here? Can we just let's just talk. When you are talking about billionaires or multi, just a pauper like 100 billionaire or maybe a 500 millionaire, they have working for them, you ready for this? Every kind of security consultant you can imagine who was with FBI, MI6, Mossad, name it, ISIS, that's Pakistani. I mean, you name it. And each of those intel folks knows other people. So Bill Gates has at his disposal access to everyone. And everyone worth their salt would have told Bill Gates, stay away from Jeffrey Epstein. We know all about him. This is public. No, we are security experts. We're telling you, stay away from Jeffrey Epstein. Period. Not only that, anybody who was involved in show business, academia, people who just I don't know, gossip, know about Jeffrey Epstein. Do you remember all the talk years ago about Matt Lauer and Charlie Rose and all this stuff that was going on at NBC and the Today Show and CBS? I knew about this, and I don't even work there. There wasn't anybody in New York, civilians, who didn't know that this Epstein is trouble. And people at every level knew in one form or another, this guy's trouble. And when you have on your payroll the best security people who have access to those individuals who currently do security, they will tell, whether it's Prince Andrew or Bill Gates, stay away from Jeffrey Epstein. Don't go to his parties. And I don't know what it was alleged that Bill Gates did if he was at his parties, but I would have told everybody, never go to his house, never go on his plane. You want a plane? You've got a plane. Never go to his island, never go anywhere, because everybody and anybody knows he's recording everything. This is a honey trap. This is extortion. This is blackmail. They have been talking about this forever. Forever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Forever. This is the thing that I will never understand. Nobody will understand any of it. Now, there were people here in New York who would go to his house and his big home and his manse, and they would say, look, I'm just going there because I'm just going to meet other people. There were academics. You like to hang around academics. Okay. If you're trying to look for money for an endowment or whatever, interesting phrase, but no problem. And there were people who just, they knew he was creepy. But I'm going to let you in on a secret. And this may shock you, but I'm going to tell you this. There are more people in the world of Hollywood news who are so creepy, so freaky, so debauched that it's not exactly a rarity. Okay? I'm just gonna let you in on that. This is something which I don't understand. None of it. And what this story is, I've read every one. Why is anybody trying to leverage, I guess, or was leveraging, maybe it was during, I don't know, some kind of a problem with his wife or whatever it is. But the last, from what we can see, and a cursory evaluation of this is not against the law. And not only that, when you're at this level, and Jeffrey Epstein is trying to blackmail you and say, excuse me, this is like Son of Sam, Ted Bundy, he's trying to extort me? What are you talking about? Now, I don't know what he's had or whatever it is, but while we're on this subject, and this is the one that I'll never understand, and I do not use this P word. This P word, which deals with a chronophilia, which deals with a predilection, predisposition, a desire as to certain demographics that deal with a mindset versus criminality. I don't even want to go there, but everybody uses it, and I don't want to use it for reasons that should be readily apparent to you. But here's the question, and I want you to ask everybody who ever brings this subject up, whenever you talk to a friend, or what do you think about this, or did you hear the latest about Epstein? Okay? Now listen to me carefully. Listen to me. Here's the question. You ready? Where are all the recordings? Where are the hard drives? Where are the thumb drives? Where are the photos, the movies, the tapes, the recordings? Where is the chronicled information, the authentication of this person with this person? Is there in some cardboard box somewhere a compilation of every conceivable form of in flagrante delicto that is there that could be worth billions in potential extortion, blackmail, name it, leverage as they call it? Where is that? Second question I have. Would it be the property of the estate? Third question. Was it seized by government officials, and where is it? You think other people would want to know that. Have all of the cases been disposed of regarding the young women who may have civil and or criminal claims against Epstein and his estate? Number 4, would lawyers or anybody have that information available? Would they have it? 5, would the attorney-client privilege apply? Would it survive the death of the client, namely Jeffrey Epstein? Number 6, this is the most important issue. Has anybody ever gone through the, hundreds of, I don't know, the claims, or have they all been settled? Has anybody ever gone through them with these young women to ask specifically the question? In these pictures, victim A, I want you to look through this. Is this you? Yes. Do you recognize any of these men? Not necessarily from the actual event, but just, do you recognize them? Yes, I know that man. I was with him, or yes. How old were you at the time? Let's assume underage. Do you know his name? No, or maybe yes. Would you like to pursue that? Has that been pursued? Whatever happened? This went on for decades. And how many men were? Whatever happened? They get Ghislaine Maxwell on this nothing charge? She's the only person ever, listen to me, who I think was charged criminally with lying on a deposition. Lying on depositions, that's a national pastime. If they put people in jail for lying on depositions, there would be a separate jail and a separate court system all over the country, 24/7, dealing with perjury on depositions or official court. I mean, I've never heard in federal court. This is it. Nothing of this case and I'm not even going through the forensic evidence regarding his untimely demise. I do that on my personal, private channel, where I go into the exceedingly deep, if you will, discussions of such. And I'll put a link to that. And I've talked about that a million times. Because the fantasy world that is presented in the mainstream media is just incredible. Nobody's asked any questions at all about what's really going on. And more importantly, this is the best one. This is my final, because I don't want to overwhelm you with this. How in the name of God did anybody let Prince Andrew anywhere near this? Doesn't he have MI5, MI6 contacts? Aren't they the one that say, sir, you are not going to go near this man. We know all about him. And Ghislaine, none of this makes sense, especially today. You're going to try to blackmail Bill Gates on maybe an affair he had or a dalliance with an adult? Again, unless 20-year-olds are somehow, maybe there's some place where that doesn't enjoy majority status. I don't know. I don't understand any of it. This is the story everybody kind of buzzes around, but never even discusses. Never even deals with anything. It just sort of, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. I don't know what to call it. But if you are interested in what I find interesting, I'm going to put a link to my private personal subscription service where I can talk about everything and use every word there is. Nothing vile or profane, just the unmitigated, absolute truth. All right, dear friends, that's all I'm going to tell you. And I want you to do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, put your thoughts and comments down, your questions, and whatever you do, comment as you see fit.